Let's get some analysis now from Nizar Farsakh. He also joins me live from Washington. He's a lecturer of international affairs at George Washington University. Thank you so much for being with us on the program. So let me get your analysis on all of this. Is this just another addition to the tit-for-tat attacks that we've seen between Iran and Israel, or are we seeing a serious escalation?
I think we don't know yet. I think Israel is either waiting to see what kind of response Iran does and will accordingly either escalate or keep it at that. I'm hard pressed to see how this Israeli prime minister is going to resist the temptation of continuing to hit Iran, because he feels this is an opportunity that he won't get another time. But it is true. The fact that they only hit a military target is very underwhelming.
What do you make of that? The fact that they've only hit a military target. Is it them kind of listening to the United States, with them warning against Israel not targeting those oil, energy, and nuclear facilities?
Definitely, yes, is showing that Israel is not being this intransigent, ungrateful ally of the U.S. But militarily, it could be a simple first sortie where Iran's defenses get exposed, and therefore the next salvo or the next sortie of planes know what to hit and how to hit. That could be the case, and because there have been reports that, in fact, Iran has the latest Russian surface-to-air missiles, the SAM 400s, as well as apparent technology that can detect the F-35. We don't know. There have been reports of that, so it could be that Israel is testing to see if any of that is true, and at the same time, of course, Iran would benefit to not show its capacities, but if something important gets hit, I think Iran will have to retaliate and will have to use its bigger guns, let's say.
There's been another round of international uproar for Israel to reach some sort of a ceasefire with the parties in the region, whether that be Hamas or Hezbollah in Lebanon. Just give us a sense of how much farther we've come from reaching that point where we do see the parties sit and negotiate on a ceasefire.
So it seems the contours of the deal with Gaza are pretty much clear, and they seem to have had some traction or some movement on the terms with Hezbollah. But again, my guess is that. So that I would argue that this is what the military establishment in Israel is pushing for and trying to understand, as well as the intelligence. But the prime minister himself is probably just going through the motions. But his intention is to continue war for at least 6 months, because he believes that he has the opportunity to degrade all of Iran's proxies substantially, including degrading Iran.
What does this mean for the region, though? I mean, if we do continue at this pace with these tit-for-tat attacks, maybe a bigger escalation moving forward, how much more is this destabilizing the region?
It does. What would happen is, I think it's worse than a full-scale war. It's this low-intensity, long war that ends up seriously damaging the GDPs of all the countries, puts the populations in those countries in a very dire economic situation. So it might be that Israel is betting that it can sustain that longer than its neighbors.
And I mean, we do know that Israel has managed to kill the leadership of Hamas and Hezbollah. What do you think their ultimate aim is now that we're seeing this drag out even further? So definitely those two, like the getting rid of the leadership denies Hamas and Hezbollah the strategic depth or the strategic ability, but it does not impact their tactical ability, and therefore it's a blow for the organization, yes, but it also means that the small group, is the battalions or even the small companies,
whether it's Hezbollah or Hamas, are going to be independent, and therefore it's hard to contain them. And this is a recipe for a very long, protracted insurgency war, just like the U.S. in Iraq. And I do not believe that Israel is ready for that. And this is very short-sighted from the Israeli Prime Minister.
All right, Nizar Farsakh, thank you so much for being with me here on TRT World and sharing that analysis with us.